Hi, boys and girls. My name is Tiddle, and I'm a fiddle. You're going to have lots of fun learning to play pretty songs on my 4 strings. In fact, you're going to find it difficult to leave me alone for even a few minutes. I bet you can see by looking at me that I'm very handsome. I am also a happy fellow, especially when being played. You'll find it easy to learn to play me and be amazed by all you'll be able to do in just a very short time. Although I'm made of wood, both you and I are very much alike. Sometimes I'm very happy, just like you. And other times, I'm very sad. I also love to do the things you do, such as running. Skipping. And jumping. I can even make sounds like a bird. Or even horses galloping. Won't we have a great time learning to play and do things together? You bet we will. What makes me most unhappy is when I'm left all alone in my case with no one playing me. Please make me happy by playing your pretty songs for at least a half hour every day. The best way to get to know me is to learn all about me. So let's look at my picture. My head is called the scroll. And my 4 wooden ears are called pegs. The little wooden piece the strings cross over is called the nut. My neck is much longer than yours. It has 4 strings attached to it, and a fingerboard where you place your fingers when you're playing. I guess you're wondering how the sound comes from me. See these 2 curly openings? They're called F-holes. My strings are held up by the bridge and are attached to the tailpiece. The little screw you see on the tailpiece is called the fine tuner. And finally, at the bottom is the chin rest. I only have 1 arm, and it is called the bow. Beginning at the top, we see the tip. And this long wooden shaft is called the stick. So that we can hold the bow firmly, there is the finger grip. The hair is attached to the frog. And the screw which tightens and loosens the hair on your bow is at the very bottom. Now that Tiddle has finished telling you all about himself, why not go back and review all that we have learned so far? Well, boys and girls, since I'm not able to take care of myself, there are certain things you must do to make sure that I'm in good playing condition. 1, when you're not playing, always keep me in my case. 2, if my pegs keep slipping, use chalk on them. 3, be sure to loosen my bow when you're finished playing. 4, use only violin polish to shine me. 5, use a piece of soft cloth to clean me. 6. Always rosin my bow before playing. Now, let's learn something about reading music. The music staff has 5 lines and 4 spaces. Each one of these lines and spaces have a name, just as each of you. The lines are E, G, B, D, F. And we can remember them with this little saying, every good boy does fine. The spaces are easy to remember because they spell something we all have. F, A, C, E, a face. The staff is divided into sections by the use of bar lines. I'm sure that all of you have seen this figure before. It's called the G clef. It was given this name because of the way it wraps itself around the second line, which is G. Another name for it is the treble clef. The large C stands for common or 4/4 time, which means there are 4 beats in a measure and a quarter note gets 1 beat. Now, why don't we take out our rosin and bows? The reason we must keep our bows well rosined is so the bow will stay on the strings when you're playing and not slide all around. The rosin also helps the hair to stay nice and white. Now tighten the screw on your bows until the hair is about a 1/2 inch from the center of the stick. Just enough for your little finger to pass through. Always be very careful not to break any of the hairs. You don't want a bald bow. Now hold your rosin in your left hand and your bow in the right. Begin to pass your bow back and forth across the rosin. Make long strokes so that the rosin is evenly distributed over the entire length of the hair. Happy rosining, boys and girls. When you finish, Tiddle will be waiting for you in our next lesson. Bye. Hi, boys and girls. This is your friend Tiddle again. I'm very excited because today you will all take your first lesson on how to hold your violin and bow. All of you will find it very easy if you follow instructions step by step and look at the pictures carefully. First, let's take just our violins out of our cases. Put your left hand around the neck and your right hand at the bottom. Now put your violin under your chin. Be sure to hold it tightly with your chin so it won't fall. Now, isn't that easy? Take your violins and put them in rest position under your right arm. Now hold your left hand as you see in the picture. The neck of your violin is going to rest in that little groove where your thumb and first finger meet. Put your violin under your chin. Keep your fingers off the strings and your thumb opposite the first finger. Your elbow should be under the violin in line with your hip. At no time should your wrist be bent in with your palm touching the neck of the violin. Keep it straight, as in the picture. Don't be in a hurry to go on. Go back and repeat everything until everyone can hold their violins perfectly. Now, if we are ready to go on, let's put our violins down and take out our bows. Now, don't forget to tighten them. Looking at the picture, take your right hand and make a circle with your thumb and second finger. Try to keep the other fingers slightly bent. Keep holding this position with your right hand and pick up the bow with your left hand, holding the bottom of the frog up. Now place your thumb and second finger around the finger grip opposite each other. And put your other 3 fingers down. Be certain your thumb is bent touching the hair and your fingers curved on the stick. Be sure to place your thumb on the finger grip and not inside the frog. He might bite. We are now looking at the perfect position, and I bet all of you can do it perfectly. Take your violins and try. Bow on the second string at the frog, where the hair and the metal meet. The right wrist bent with the bow slightly slanted away from you. You've all done so well that Tiddle can't wait until the next lesson, when we begin tuning our violins. So study hard. Today we're going to learn to tune our violins. All 4 of the strings on your violins have to be a certain pitch when you play. Otherwise, you'll never recognize the songs you're playing. Now, wouldn't that be terrible? Also, when it gets very warm, as it does during summer vacation, Tiddle's strings have a tendency to get very flat. And then, in the winter, the cold weather makes them tighten up and they become very sharp. And this is also a good reason why we don't want any of our school chums to touch our violins. Because if they should drop it, the strings get all... Let's take just our violins and tuners from our cases. Place your violin on your left knee, just as the man in the picture is doing. Be sure to place your left hand against the scroll firmly. Starting with the lowest string, the 4 pegs which tighten and loosen the strings are marked G, D, A, E. Can you name the pegs on your violins? See if you can. Below the pegs, we can see the staff with the position of each note and its string. The G string is so low that it's fallen off the staff. So it is necessary to add 2 extra lines, which we call ledger lines. These ledger lines are also placed above the staff for notes which are very high. Get to know these notes for your strings and their position on the staff, as well as you know your own names. Take your tuners and look carefully on the end of the barrels where you'll find a letter. Now find the A tuner. Have you found it? On Tiddle's command, let's all blow very lightly and softly on the A tuner. 1, 2, ready, and sound. Good. Now listen carefully to Tiddle, and he will show you how easy it is to tune your A string. First, I will blow the A tuner softly, and then pluck the A string lightly with my right hand. Be sure to always loosen your peg first, and then gradually tighten the string to match its sound with that of the tuner. If you have 4 fine tuners on your tailpiece, you might be able to use them instead of the pegs. But when your strings are badly out of tune, use your pegs. Let's listen to Tiddle tune his fiddle. Now, why don't we all try it individually, so that you will be able to hear your own tuner and string clearly. After you have gotten your A string perfectly in tune, follow the exact same steps for tuning your D, G, and E strings. Good luck! Now the fun really begins. We're going to begin playing, so let's take our violins and bows from their cases. Have your bows been rosin? And don't forget to tighten the hair. Our first exercise contains whole notes. They look like round eggs, don't they? But they're just circles uncolored. The important thing to remember about whole notes is that they receive 4 beats apiece, and since they are sitting in the 4th space, are called E. You would then play on the E string of your violin. The down bow sign means that you begin the note at the frog, while the up bow sign means you begin the note at the tip. At the end of the exercise, we see 2 bars with 2 dots. This is a repeat sign, and when you see this on your music, you should go back and repeat what you have already played. But for now, children, we will play our exercises through once, and you can repeat them when you're practicing at home. Let's listen and watch as Tiddle plays the exercise. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's play it together, shall we? Be sure to count 4 beats out loud for each whole note. Keep your bow straight as you draw it from the frog to the tip. And don't be frightened. Your buddy Tiddle is going to be playing right along with you. Don't begin until I say the words 1, 2, ready, play. Ready? Bows at the frog on the E string. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Our next exercise is on the A string, because our whole notes are in the 2nd space. Let's play it together. Just don't forget to hold on to each whole note for 4 beats. Ready? Bows at the frog on the A string. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to cut our whole notes in half by putting stems on them and making half notes out of them. Each note will now get 2 beats apiece, and you must change your bow after the 2nd and 4th beats. Use a full bow for each note, and don't be stingy. Ready? Bows at the frog on the E string. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, up, 4, down, 2, up, 4, down, 2, up, 4. Now we're ready to play half notes on the A string. Now all together. Ready? Bows at the frog on the A string. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 2, up, 4, down, 2, up, 4, down, 2, up, 4. Very good, children. Keep up the good work and study carefully. Bye.